So much knowledge. Dude, when I graduate, I'm not gonna have this anymore. I need this. Just oh my gosh. I wish I had those slides when I was doing that project. I used to convert them to schedule. Really, like he had to build their whole program. All of like my homeworks were go through this. Amazing.
You're ruining our system. I reject the system. Are we ready? So, anyone here heard of the game called Bridge? Anyone here played? So, this is the national website for Bridge. There's a big tournament going on in March, to which I'm going. It's an interesting game because it requires contact between people, which is getting rarer. But that's part of the problem. So in order to play, you need a partner. And there are other games that require partners. And you know, some of those are like dating, getting married, and so on. It's very important to choose the right partner. And life will be very tough with the wrong partner. So you know, I'm going here. It's not that I have a hard time finding a partner, it's that my partner stood me out. So what that means is I'm going to be at the tournament, we play a couple of games together, and I have other games that I could potentially play if I had a partner. And there are tens of thousands of people who are going to these tournaments in the same situation as me. So the question is, how do we efficiently hook up in some sense? And you know, there are websites that do this for more important tasks. Anyone heard of these websites like eHarmony and so on and so forth? Like a different bridge? Huh? What was the question? You said it's fair. Yeah? It's like a different bridge. And what's okay, so I'm not with it. Yes. So the main difference is that there's a lot less at risk here than dating, and so you know the website itself, it can be the actual platform is very easy to do in a generic way. You can apply to different games, and Bridge is a game where you need to congregate. You need to find one person. There are lots of other different kinds of games where you need to coordinate between more than one person. And you have to have a lot of people scheduled to arrive at one particular point, you know, with the same intention of playing the game in different roles, for example, if you're organizing a role-playing game. Okay, so let me show you. Okay. So, you know, like when you log on to eHarmony or I guess Tender, you know, you have to put in a profile. And it's very complicated to describe a person, but it's not very complicated to describe a bridge player. It's still a very multi-dimensional space. So people fill out this thing. It's called a convention card. It basically describes your style of playing bridge. It's your bridge personality. Okay, and you can imagine a similar thing in very many different types of games. So the challenge here is, okay, so you have lots of people, they have calendars that extend out. You know, bridge players plan their lives for 2 years and things like that. These tournaments, the big tournaments happen every 4 months. Little tournaments happen every month, and even littler tournaments happen every week, and multiple within a week. Okay, so you have a personality, you have a calendar where you get to sort of figure out, you know, when can I play, when do I want to play, when am I looking for a match. Okay. And so far, programming-wise, it doesn't look like a big challenge. The real challenge here is algorithmically. So how do you figure out, based on an eHarmony plays the same game and Tender plays the same game, so you give me a profile, how do you figure out who to match me with, who's also looking for a partner to play at the particular time that I'm looking for a partner to play. And you also need to clear the market, which means you want to match as many people as possible, because that's the social goal, to grow the game. And this is very similar goals for all kinds of different games that require multiple people to play. So, you know, that's the big overview of what I had in mind. Of course, there's no way that I'm able to do this. This is why I'm presenting here, in case anybody's interested in forming a group to solve this problem. It'll be a huge service to approximately 500,000 people to play the game.
That includes Bill Gates and Warren Buffett and so on.
Yes. So 2 of the richest people in the world are bridge players. And they have this problem. Occasionally they play with each other.
So what Professor Mani thinks is he's a regional champion here in the contact, in the lubricant bridge or the contact?
Yes.
Lubricant bridge, so he's in the toys category on the local champion, so he's
So I'm a reasonably good player.
So he's representing this region at the nationals. As my former student who is also an excellent bridge player, he says he is a bridge player, but somebody who came from RTI plays something. He plays bridge. So he distinguishes between who plays bridge and a bridge player. So if you know the distinction between who plays bridge and a bridge player, he's a bridge player.
So what that means is that if anyone is interested, I have the bridge expertise. Someone else brings the open source expertise or some other group of people. Okay.
So that
Yeah.
So is the problem here algorithmic research and development, or is it making the existing algorithms, wrapping this in a presentable interface?
So there are several problems. First of all, depending on the game, whether it's like a multi-user, like a role-playing game or bridge, the bridge population is old. Like me. So it has to be a very simple interface. Okay, but if someone else is setting this up for, let's say, I don't know, what are these role-playing games? Anyone play any role-playing games? What's the popular one these days? You guys don't do role-playing games?
that's all this.
And you have no problem finding 8, 10 players? No, but that's the point. After you graduate, what are you going to do when they come for you? After you graduate. So, when I was in college, no problem. I find my bridge players, I play. Now, my old partner, who I play Maxwell Bridge with, is in another part of the world, etc. Okay, so the programming challenge for the person who wants to set it up is to make the user interface easy to configure and very intuitive to configure. For the algorithmic side, how to clear the market and how to construct efficient matchings under a scheduling constraint. So we all know how hard these problems are. In fact, the RCOS scheduler has to solve some similar problem, and it's a very hard problem. There's the machine learning side, which is, given the profiles of various people, how to determine the weight of the match and And that's what's going to go into the matching algorithm to clear the market. So it's a non-trivial project.
And Professor Malik will be able to help and advise for I will be found if you have any questions you will be willing to do that.
Well, I am interested in getting this done.
Yeah, I think we have one more announcement.
So something to consider, there's the ATP Civil Hackathon Challenge. That's like a month-long thing happening this month. Grand prize is like $10,000. So if you want to like go to a hackathon and get a nice score of that done there, that'd probably be a really good idea. And that might actually be submittable.
Oh. What I didn't mention, people will be willing to pay for this service.
You know, and there's money.
And Professor Malik, you can easily find the archive directory, or
if you're interested in that project, I just created a channel on Slack, Bridge-Players. So if you're interested at all in seeing the progress of development of that, or want to get involved, that's where we'll get the dirt together. Okay.
have a great weekend, guys.
Podcast is thinking of making a hackathon one day or day level hackathon in which you can do the APA project.